Welcome back to Shapez 2. My name is Nilaus and we are continuing on this glorious journey of just trying to make some order in the world. We will probably have a lot more unstructured spaghetti mess in this episode, but then next episode it should be progressing. So let's just take stock of the situation of where we are. First of all, thank you very much for everyone supporting this Let's Play. I love that there's a new game that I am super excited about and you're excited about it as well. So thank you for that continued likes, shares, subscribes, you know, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. Right, we are going to continue on this method of making dedicated blocks that do stuff specifically. We're going to take a look at where we are. We just unlocked the fuel paint, the fluids and painting. So we're going to dive into figuring out how that works. We're also going to be using that to go back and do the milestones that we didn't do for the previous set, because they're going to be easier, because you can see here they need a lot more colors. So doing these colors would be easier if we just use the paint. So that is what we're going to do. Our objective today will be not actually completing this milestone, but it'll be completing some of those intermediate milestones so we can get some more platform units, so we can get some more research upgrades, because that's what we really want. I really want those ones, right? And extra inputs. Ooh, that's good. But I think the first one we want is the label, so we can write what we're actually doing. And then we really want to get sort of the vortex inputs. That's the next one. Yeah, none of the other ones are super impressive. Like third floor is just going to ruin all our blueprints, so I don't want to do that just yet. And then larger foundations, they're weird shapes, with the exception of this one. Might be useful, but 90, ouch. Wire basics, I'm not in a position where I need that, so that is fine. We are going to be starting by looking at the paint, and the paint just seems like a perfect place to start. So here's the problem. Oh, yeah, here's the problem. There's another thing that's actually more important than all the things we were looking at. That one, fluid minor extension. That we need that. We need that a lot, because as it so happens, we can get this, and we can't do those extensions because we simply don't have them. They're supposed to be here. So we have to do like this awful thing to get some paint out and here, and then struggle to sort of put that out on some space pipes. As we dive in, we are going to get here, we have a pump that looks like this, and we're going to get some pipes. So all this is basically the same as what we've seen before, and the first one will go here and then go up. I want the pipes to be on the top floor generally. Yeah, generally. Also, here's another really important thing. If we look at the space platform, so this is 4,800, which is, we look at these numbers, this is 300 liters, so this goes to 600, so this line here is 1,200 liters. This is not much compared to what we can transport, but this one can only transport 1,200. So we need one of these for each row of that. So, but what about the space pipe? The space pipe can take 4,800, which is enough to, from all of this, times 8. So we can actually have one of these blocks that are fully active, which I can only do with extenders, times 8 into one pipe. So and I would imagine that it's 4 on the lower level and 4 on the top level. So that's something we keep in mind. That means we can easily take all of this and just put it at top level, which is what we're going to do. Here we go. We've now fed it in here, and that looks good. It is filling up. It's only taking on one side though. So that's because we're only feeding it upstairs. So that's good. Now what we need to design is a building. I'm just design it facing north, because that's kind of what I told everyone to do. That's kind of how I want it, because I want to sort of make sure that it comes in a reasonable manner. And then I do this one. There. That's the objective. Actually, we'll do both. So we get something in here. Okay. So I'm going to get 8 lanes in here. And let me see. Each of these are 1,200, and now we come to the worst machine in the game. This is, it's awful. I can't figure it out. So if you have a good design, feel free to share it with me. The thing is, if we look at it, it goes like this. It goes through, and then this is pretty slow. So 4 of those, and also 4 of those for a liquid launcher. So our bottleneck is actually this liquid launcher. That means all of some of this should actually be set at the lower level. There, lower level, position 3 and position 2. and position 1 there. So that should get us also in on the lower level. Right. Because we have 8 lanes, so I need 8 lanes inbound of liquid. And here is the problem that I see. The best thing I can do is actually a build such as this, which I can then, of course, replicate here, like so. That takes a full build. This is a full build inbound if it gets painted, and the reason why I'm leaving this is because I'm going to need it somewhere up here. Let's do that one. And these are just consolidating. There we go. And then I'm also consolidating this stuff on the bottom because the belts can easily support. Okay, that was not it. There. Right, so the belt, the pipes can easily support all of the liquid, so that's not a problem. So this is, I've got to say, this is the least bad option I have. Yeah, let's see if what else we can do. If I do here, like that, and like that, and like that. Okay, so that's doable, I think. I do think I want this pipe to be somewhere else. I think I want this pipe to be that way, because then I can drag it over here, and it just seems better? No, I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, let's see. This is going to go in here. And then I am going to get you. There. Nope. Yeah. There we go. So now we have belts into all of them. Now I need to figure out how am I going to get things out again. Yeah. Like that, I think, is an idea, because then I can also do this, and then these two can be on the outside, and yeah. There. So that should be good. Now I need to figure out how to get all of the liquids in. So, and yeah, that cuts it off. Oops. Oh no. That has to be up here. Yeah. Still not. I need to go up here and there. Okay, so all of this is okay as long as I put it in here. However, we do have a problem, and that is how do we feed the liquid over to the other side. I can go over here and go down and go up, but I can also just use the jumpers. So let's do that. We're going to be putting some jumpers here. Should... I don't know if that's a good position. Let's just make it somewhere like this and this. Oh, undo, undo, on top level. There we go. And over on this side, I will also do the same thing here. Somewhat like this. Yeah. Let's copy the whole thing. Copy and flip. Good. So it's also coming in from the side, because I don't really know which side it comes in from. So from here, I connect and I connect. Don't think I need both connections, but I do think that it's a good idea. Right, so is this complete? Does it work? It looks like it's working. All right, it looks good. And then the new thing that we're going to do is put a label on top of it, and this one just says paint. There. Sometimes it's a little more meaningful. We're also here. This is also interesting because we keep feeding this thing we built. We're also getting a level. We're now at a level 1 and we get 2 points. and 40 platform units and 25,000 blueprint points. That's nice. That's going to come in handy. This is a pretty good build. I am just not going to be building it here, so I'm going to take it out and just build it like that. That should work. Fill it up. And this should be exactly as much as we need. Then it'll go in here, and then I'll get blue outputs, and then they'll be consolidated here, and then I'll get some better things because each of these generate 2 points, but I will then do the other ones that generate 5 points. That should be handy, especially when we look at blueprinting wise. This cost 3,700. Like these big ones generally should be around 4,000. That's a lot of blueprint points. And here we are. We have the blue improved ones coming in, and they give 5 points each. Now we can't see the points accumulating until it actually gets 1,000. So, but if this is all fully working and these belts are fully stacked, then it's coming in at 120. That's 480. That's about 1,000 times 5. That's about 5,000 per minute. 4,800-ish per minute, and that's pretty good. It's already adding the first 100,000. Perfect. And we have a good design here for paint. So that's good. Now we can just start working on the next ones. And I'm inclined to take one of these and just do the whole row first. Maybe I'll do one blue and one red, and then do the other blue and red down here. So this one should be pretty simple. We're going to look at our blueprints, and I'm just going to highlight the blueprints. I have spent some time on actually, let's see here, cleaning them up, rotating, cutting and splitting, and here swapping things, and here adding belts, removing belts, stacking blocks, stacking 8 bigger blocks, painting 4 lanes, painting 8 lanes, and also later on train stations that we don't have. So all these blueprints are now a little bit more organized. They all have labels. They all have sort of a direction. So, and it'll continue to be expanded as we invent more. First thing we're going to do is do 1, and then we just need paint. I'm going to take 2 of these because that gets us all we need. What is it we want? We want to cut out. So we look over here on the cutter and then say cut diagonal. That's the one. Oops. F7, 3, cut diagonal. There. And is it the right diagonal it's cutting? Yes, it is. Perfect. And then we're also going to go here. So then at this point I will know, see, cut diagonal, cut diagonal. That's nice with a little tag here. And then I'm going to do that. And over here I'm just simply going to let some of this, oops. There. And out on the map. So that is the first one. Very simple. And this one just needs to go home. Oof, that's expensive. I can drag it in. Where can I even drag it in? I can drag it in here. There. And obviously we also saw the problem there. Luckily we can just make a detour. That's something that will be added later on. And I can also see that this is the old build, which hasn't been used for a while. That can be copied and in here. So with this done, that took quite a distance to go, but it gets us the first objective. And then let's look at objectives for the next one. That means we need a round, a red circle thing, which is something we have used a little bit too much of here. If we look at it like this one, and oh, look at that. We're actually using this, but not for the red. That I don't like. That seems wrong, because I would much rather like to use that single one. But anyway, we need one red, and then one solid square. Yeah, well, let's, oh, there we go. We can use this, but yeah, we'll use this one. So this part here gives us just the red corners. What I've done is I rotate, and then I cut everything but one corner away, and that gives us just the red corners, corner circles. And then I need to go down here, and we actually have a little bit of a design work, like a super teeny tiny one, because what I want is I simply want this one to be able to just provide 2 singles out, 4 belts in and then 8 belts out of singles. So I think I'm going to do that, like, well, let's just do it there. Just gonna start by like this. And then this is going to be, let's put it that way and then that way. Yes. And prioritize milestones first. Okay, sure. I'm doing that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that milestones first because I'm literally, yes, I'm way ahead of the milestones. So shut up. Don't tell me what to do. I know. I played this game for tens of hours. I know what to do. Yeah. And let's see. And then let's see that one. Let's just go the whole thing here. Copy and then bring it one up. Yeah. And just get the whole damn thing. Copy, Shift F, and then we got that one. Then all we need is a little blueprint. Label, and this is, what is this gonna call? Cut, 2. Oh, I can't do, corners. Okay, and yeah, okay, cut corners. This is literally cutting corners. All right, and we got another claim here because they're coming in so damn fast, and that one also is done. Then we need to do something more. Yep, there's gonna be a lot of things here, and might be a little difficult to get all of this done. But this one is now a new design, so I take this one, and this one will be cut 2 corners from square. No. Cut 2 corners. 4 to 8 lanes. I think that's, and then that's under cutting. Then I'm gonna do, what is it? I'm gonna start with this, and then I'm gonna get one of this, and 4 lanes in, and it's on a small block. There we go. That should be fine. Good. Now, what I need to do with this and the other one, this one, I just cut them in and merge them together. And we are gonna need a merge block. We already have that stacking block. That one, this one. And we need to make sure that they are rotated correctly. Where do I want to build it? Because I really want to sort of get it in on that side. Yeah. Yes, let's try this. And you. And then let's make sure that this is the... Let's look north. That's always better. Okay. And this one. Yeah, that's not gonna work. They are in the same position. So I need to... That's the same as this. So this one needs to be in the top right hand corner. Good, so we do a rotation here. And once that comes in, then we can bring it up here, underneath, and then go back here. And I'll bring it, in all honesty, I really can only bring it in to this location. That is here. Good, so that's now done, and this one will be completed. So now let's look at the next one, this one here. So what do we need? We need to put the stuff we just made onto 2 blue squares. We have a lot of acute lack of blue stuff. So we can either go out here and get it, or we can strip this one down. But this is actually generating an awful lot of points. This is generating levels for us. And I think that's more valuable. So we have to find a way to get some squares. There's some squares here. we can easily take some more squares, and then some blue paint, which we can take from here. Now again, it's a little bit annoying that the blue paint is so difficult to find. I have extracted some paint, which is awful. Some of it, half of it goes on the lower, and half of it goes on the higher, and that should be fine. So now I go over here, I've tapped this little location, which gives me another one. And then from here, I need to extract a diagonal. So let's extract from here. We can get 2 diagonals. So that's right here. And then we'll take a look at split. I don't have one that goes bigger than that, do I? No, I don't need to, because that is going to be here. And oh, that just cuts. Oh, I kind of wanted something else. Yeah, I kind of wanted the bigger one. I know I have that, but I am also pretty sure that I... Split diagonals, that's the one. That's the one we wanted. Okay, there we go. It was called split diagonals. There, split. There we go, split diagonals. And then the question is, they're coming out on alternate rounds, so we need to figure out which one to change. I'm facing north, and they have to be... The top one is correct, so the bottom one has to be rotated. That's a little bit much there. So that's perfectly fine. And then I do rotate, and they just need to be rotated once. Here. Yeah. That one. And then rotate here. And then copy this. Flip it there. And then reveal the top layer. So now they should all be coming out in the same line, and then I can get this and this, and all I need to do now is get the paint square. So at this point, I feel it feels good to do it this way. Let's see that. Actually, let's do the paint. Let's get the paint to move the most there. So I really enjoy this from the perspective of, hey, we're building big, and it's going to be awesome. And there, good. So that goes in, and then we should have some painted stuff out. It doesn't reveal it yet, but I think it does. Yeah, that gets us the blue, and then I need to find that square, which is fine. And then I want to, yeah, this has to be the bottom one, and then we just need a stacker. So we're using something, a lot of these that we already have built, and this is just, I mean, it's just amazing. It's, how nice is it to just actually have something that's already built? Let's see. I kind of need this. Yeah. Just remove that. Go in, and this one. Go in. Right, let's see if this works. This is the star thing, yes, and this is, just check if it's rotating the right way. It is not. Okay, so let's do that right before we need it here. We'll just rotate it, and that's a simple rotator here. There we go. I love how easy it is. Rotate counterclockwise. So now this will be, it's coming in the wrong flip. Let me just turn north just to see. This is the wrong flip, and then it'll be the correct flip. This is the correct flip, or correct rotation, and goes in, and it goes in, and everyone's happy. Cool. We got this unlocked. Whew. So now we need to combine it with another red and another circle. So we'll need to figure out how to do that, because I can't really extract any more from this one. We're actually running out of circles. This one bothers me that I use this for that, because I could just steal that from over here. I've come up with a new idea that I think is better, but it's really far away, so we probably, well, not probably, but maybe run out of this, which is good. We finally got this one inbound. I'm simply going to take, if this one corresponds to the white squares here, and this one can be the other two, the diagonals. So I need to strip down so I get diagonals from here, and then I need to get these two, and then I can take this and paint it red and combine it with that. Should be fine. Should be easy. all the stuff we have. So now we have the basic shapes here. What we do is we do mining, we do rotation, and then we cut out so we only get the diagonal. Then we put it on the top floor and the bottom floor, so we have 8 lanes here. I rotate it once, just so that it corresponds when looking north. I want it to be corresponding to these two. There. And I know someone will say, oh, it doesn't matter when you put it in. No, it doesn't, but it matters when I need to merge it together. So these ones need to be turned red, which is what we have on this pipe. I just copied the one we already have. This is an absolutely atrocious one, but we need more points in order for us to get it. And we get 2 more points. We need 15, I think, for this. Then we go here. Then we need a paint block. We need that paint block. And zoom a little bit closer. The paint comes in from the side, and let's do that. Paint comes in from the side, and that goes here. Then that is, and then that will need to be merged. What are we getting outbound from this? Does it say? No, it doesn't say yet because it doesn't have any of these inbound. But it should have the red here. So that means we just go here and then we stack it. And then it doesn't matter which way we stack it. I just need a stacker. Here, flip that one, and that's it. That's the one we need. And then I just need to get back. But it also means that this junk here. Maybe okay, never mind. I'm not gonna need it. Watch me regret this. That and this part. Okay. And let's see. So now I get all the way from up here. It's super expensive. Let's go around and in. There you go. That should get the next one. Let's have a look as it actually progresses here. We got these 2 things, and it's not really telling us what we're getting outbound yet. Oh, well, it doesn't tell us when we have this. Let's do that. Then we see. That's perfect. So that goes out, and the first ones are coming out here. Go on the belt, and going in to the next one, merging together with this, and that should have a square. Then we have the other one. Let's have a look at this. What happened from here to here is that between the first and the second, we actually have to insert another one. So this is why building modular is so good, because now we can say, okay, so what the first thing is we do is we paint that one and then on top of this. But before we do that, in here somewhere, we're going to stack a blue one. Where do we have a stacker? That's a stacker. And then flip here. So all I need to do is find here. This will now need to get into 4 lanes, which I think is going to be this build here. Copy. Damn, I love this part. Okay, let's see what we get out. We get, they are pointed in the right direction. Yes. So I simply need, damn, this is simple. I love it. I love it. I love this part. Okay, so this is coming in, and then it's going to get split by diagonal. So the output here, you see, will be that diagonal. Then that diagonal will go up here. Then it will be put on top of the blue one, which will give us blue one, and then that layer. And then it just progresses as it was before, and put the star on top. We got another level completed. Operator level 3. And every time we get one of these operator levels, we also get 2 research points and 25 here. So it's definitely worth to keep going, and especially when we're putting it in here at about 1,000 points per minute. So very much valuable here. And let's have a look and to see if this one, oh, actually we can take a look at the other one to see if that's working. This is the correct shape, and it just needs to flow all the way in. It takes a while, and then it's going to be good. This is still the old shape because the new one is coming in here. Now the new shape is coming in. This is the consolidated shape, the white on top of blue on the diagonals, and it goes into the first ones, and there we have the final form. I'll just flip north, and then it's good to go. that will just feed all the way in. And the fact that this one hasn't even triggered a single one is simply because that it is en route. So now I just need to wait for this to come in and this to come in here, these two. We could start some of the other ones, but honestly, since this is a blue and this is a red, I think I'm just going to scrap the other ones and then rebuild it from here after we're done with these two. Even though it's far away, I think we can actually still start working on the next for the red ones, because there's a lot more here. So let's have a look at it. So what is it we want for the next red one? It's going to be this shape, which means I need another red diagonal to be put on top. That means I need to extract a red diagonal, which is something we can easily do up here, or at least a diagonal. There we go. This one though, we got that one. Unlock, perfect. And I want to do that. There. And because this does not need to be rotated, I will then go down to this location. I will build here. And then I will... Woo! Look at that. I have 16 points and... Oh, it's 25. Alright, well, we're going to work towards the 25 for sure. That's the most important one. We got it. There we go. So until then, we have this awful paint job here. But we should have, because I doubled this paint, I should have enough to feed 2 of these stackers here. When we get that... it should be, let's have a look at the rotation. This, we're looking north, and yes, this rotation is correct. So all I need to do now is move you over here, and then I need to do another stacker, and then figure out which one is on top, which one is on bottom, and there. Yep. Because this is coming in on top. It should also work. So that gets us already the next one. Now the next here is a little bit more complicated. So we need some more circles, and this is actually just one circle that we can then split, rotate, put on top, stack on top of each other. This circles here. So we need more circles for that, but this one is working, and I think we already have this one in progress. I think that's amazing how quick we could do this. Right, so the other one was over here. Then we need some circles. Well, circles are kind of in short supply here. There is a way to get circles. I don't like it, but it is an option. So this is a good way to get circles, and well, we're gonna do this way to do circles here. So what are we going to do? We're going to get... let's see. So what are we getting here? We're getting a full line of circles. And this has to be turned into 8 lanes of half circles, which means we need the splitter. So again, all these things are things we already have. I want to go over to that one. Here. So that gets us... One of them is opposite, one of them is good, and they need to, basically, one half of it has to be rotated, and they need to be smashed on top of each other. So that means we do a rotator block, but we only rotate some of it. Here. And then that means... we'll just do this, and then it just travels straight through. Yeah, and that should give us out here. They are now consolidated. And then I have another stacker. That's the simplest of stackers. Here, this stacker. Oh, this is missing an icon at a table. Oh no. And then that stacks back into here. Oh, that's not actually enough. Ooh, I need more. Damn. Then I'm gonna have to change this one so I can also get these out. Because what I'm having here is just 4 lanes and I need 8 lanes. I found a way, so we're tapping this one as well. I don't like tapping these, but we need a lot of circles right now. So that goes underneath and goes up here, and then it goes through exactly the same motions as the other one. And then the only difference is that this goes on the top level, this goes on the bottom level, and in here. And that gets us 8 lanes of these double diagonal circles. That just needs to be, and let's just have a look. We look north and then look at the direction. It is the correct direction, so I can just tap it in and tap it in here. We are going to need a stacker. That's the good stacker. That was looking like this. Here. And inbound. Yes. And let's have a look at our completed here. Is that working? Oh, it's not even coming in yet. So this is also working, and just on the long and arduous work way in. But I think we have, with this build here, we've also fixed or added the last bit here. Let's have a look. I think it's coming in now. Oh. And so we're completing the second objective. We already got the first one. And there we go. We got both. This is completed, and now that is entirely complete. We now also have 28, which means we can finally do the fluid unlock, which is so much nicer. Woo, that's good. And then the next upgrades we want is vortex inputs. We'll just gradually get as many of those vortex inputs as we want. That basically opens up that we can now go an extra build in here. And we of course want to have 12 builds on either side, on 3 high. That's the maximum we can get in. And now what do we do now? So let's have a look at this one, because it now just means that we need to put this in here compared to the previous one. And we want to see something cool. I think you want to see something cool. And what are we doing here? What are you doing? That's it. That's it. So let's restructure this. So let's go through it. This is coming in 4 lanes of full circles. Then it comes out as 8 lanes of diagonal, but they are sort of not the same way. So the next one sort of makes sure that half of them gets rotated. So now there are 8 lanes of diagonals. They're all turned the same way, which goes in here. And that gets plopped down, and then it fits exactly in the pit that it needs. The good thing is also that we make it close, which means all the stuff that's en route will just immediately be converted into the right shape, and then it just will go in. And here we go, the first ones. Do we get? There we go. We got the first icon, and then that completes the next 1800. So normally you wouldn't want to delete stuff you already built, because you might need it later, but actually that's not really how I want to do things. I want to clean things up. All of this doesn't serve a purpose anymore, and we can build it better. So I want to clean that up because it doesn't serve a purpose. It's not something we need. The only thing we need is this one to generate blueprint points, and the other one, this one here, that goes in and generates these points. Then we have this final one, which we should be getting in soon. I just made a little bit of a hack, which means that I can cut this out and cut this out. So what I've done now is I've taken here, this is the other circle, and then put it up here, and then that should come out as, let's see, exactly the shape that we need in there. So what we need is just put another one on top here, but that has to be rotated opposite, which is what we have here. And then all I need to do is do that, and then they are even prepared. And then it should be getting the right shape in here. Like, I mean, I love this game. I love this game. The fact that once you build this stacker, it's just so ubiquitous. I'm using that stacker everywhere, like the rotator, the splitter, the diagonals, all this stuff. And we'll gradually find more stuff, the painters, all that stuff. But if we look at this episode, which is obviously coming to an end as this one is ticking along, let's see, is anything coming out? Is it the right shape? It is, of course, the right shape. And we just need 2,000 of it. So we'll just let that one flow. But what we noticed today is that everything we want, we find a shape that matches. Then we use the tools that we have, the tools that are here. 2, 3, like all the mining blocks, the rotators, the cutters, the swappers, the stackers, and the painters. And then later on train station, and we'll probably have something else here. And then we can also do a little trash block here as well. Oh, that was better. So those are all things. That means in this episode we really haven't done a lot of sort of new design, which is super amazing. We got that one in here because we are progressing. We are, instead of having to do the same design again and again and go like, oh, didn't I have that something like this before? Then we just need some basic components and we can pair them up. And sure, you're going to be using a little bit more space than maybe, but then again, we know that it works, and we don't have to debug it, and I'm not going to make like silly mistakes inside these, because once it's built, it works, it's done. Love it. Let's see this complete. And we're near completion. We got another level here. We got to level 4, operate level 4, and this keeps going. We can also see that the next episode will of course be unlocking trains. So we'll get all the way through, and I think I could do all of this without designing a single thing. I think I could do that, because all these things are paint, swap, stack. It's all things we have. And we got the last one there. So what we got in this episode was all of the Blue Rock Rovers and Redstone Gliders. I love those names, they make no sense. So what am I looking at now? I need to complete the next milestone so we get trains, and we need to do this. I don't think I want to do this as part of a YouTube episode. I'll just simply build it so we have it, and then we'll complete this one and the next one, and then we can get to trains, because of course we want trains, but we also don't want to skip things too much ahead. Oh, and we got 13 points. I want to do Vortex upgrade, and then it gets 15, and I think it gets 30 for the next one. Right, so we have now completed, and of course, if you want to get access to all these cool blueprints and the save games as well, those are available to Patreon supporters. So thank you very much everyone who's supporting the channel monetarily. That's kind of how I keep this channel running, because, well, I don't do ads, or I don't do ad integrations, and I don't do sponsorships on my channel, so it kind of works with patronage and that kind of thing. So thank you very much everyone for supporting, and then the little thing I can give back is to give you the save games and the blueprint. So that seems there. Hope that's okay, and thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show, and remember, I'm also streaming on Twitch, so if you want to come in and be part of the design process, then come on over to twitch.tv/Nilaus at 8 p.m. Central European time, and then I'll be streaming it every evening. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care, and as always, stay effective.